I'm afraid I'm 5 minutes late. I do apologise, but I'm here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance and associated programmes. We Share Abundance is a cloud nation, and we're an emerging nation. We've been about 3 years putting strong foundations in place, and we're now expanding our economy for the benefit of all our citizens. Anybody can be a citizen, regardless of continent, country, colour, class, creed, gender, financial status, educational level, background, anything. It doesn't matter. We're non-separatists. We don't recognise those differences. We just see everybody as part of our family of human beings. There's no cost to be a citizen, but we do ask that you come with a positive mental attitude and a willingness to share love and abundance. We should be streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance Publicly. And I see that because I'm late, we've got several people already in. I see that we've got Lewis in wanting to share some information. And I'll get back to that in a moment. It's to do with one of the third-party programs that we have in our downline builder. Okay, but Lewis is there, top of the comments list, saying hi to everybody. Let me get over to Facebook because that's where we get most of the comments. And when I get to Facebook, I'm looking for We Share Abundance Publicly. I'm making sure my speakers are off so we don't get feedback. And I'm looking for the 12th of May. Okay, so far so good. If I click to expand, we should get the comments panel up. Come on, Facebook. Here we go. And we've got Deborah, top of the comments list in Facebook, from Southern Alabama, USA. We've got Richard from Devon, where the weather is beautiful, because it's beautiful here in Cornwall and we're not very far apart. And we've got Bozina in from the capital of Scotland, Edinburgh. I hope the weather's good for you up there also. It is really nice. I've got the curtain drawn because it is so bright. Okay, with me being a bit late, let's get started straight away with a little short prayer just to help us on that path to happiness. And then we'll follow that with a little affirmation to help us shed any prejudices and maintain that non-separatist ideology that we have. So, dear Heavenly Father, we are so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love, and that through that love, each member may find the joy of service, and through service, bless each member, that they attract true happiness and everything they want and need into their life. Amen. Service to others is the path to happiness. The great side benefit from that, if you just concentrate on being of service to others, is that everything that you want and need in life will automatically flow to you, whether it's a new house, a new car, college for the kids, pay off your debts, whatever it may be, better relationships, it'll all happen if you make service your goal rather than chasing money. Chasing money is very stressful, and most people are not very successful at doing it. The ones that are usually accumulate large fortunes, but they're not necessarily happy. They sometimes don't understand that happiness cannot be bought. No matter how much they've got, they're always seeking something else because there's that hole inside. What do I need to fill that? More power, more. And they go on accumulating more and more cash, and they're still not happy. They've just got to simply understand that if they concentrate on being of loving service to others without the thought of reward, everything in life changes and it becomes a happier existence. Okay, we've got Kingsley in from Manchester, UK as well. That little affirmation we have goes like this. We are so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world, with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind, and soul of thy world. Okay. Let me just have a very, very quick check at my email inbox to see. No. Okay, and the reason that I was doing that, let me get back to Facebook, is because I sent them a request. I wanted an update on where they were with the campaigns that they are putting together for us for the Turnkey Cash Cow program, and when we could expect the campaigns to launch. And I've not got a reply, but I only put it in today. I just didn't get around to doing it. It's a fairly simple task, but I just didn't do it through the week. So it only went in today, and it's probably I'm not exactly sure where they are, but it's probably midday or early afternoon, wherever they are. It might even still be in the morning. I know they're in the United States, but I can't remember where. So far I've not had a response, so I can't update you on that, but it must be imminent. We have the funds to pay for the marketing. We have paid up front to ROI Tips for their work on this. And all we're waiting for now is for them to say, yeah, we've got it all set. How much do you want to spend? And then I've still not added my payment details into the Facebook account, but I'm sure that won't be too much of a hindrance. We will get that done. I don't know why it wouldn't go through initially, but I'm sure with their help we'll be able to get that done and get the payments and get the marketing started. And that will be a boost for all our members, but especially the members of our Turnkey Cash Cow program. Fun Miracles, I have not seen anything that is untoward in the prospectus, their proposal, and so I'm fairly confident that we will be placing that order. It's got too late to do it today now. Next week I do want to have a quick conversation with them, and we'll probably set that up for Monday or Tuesday. And after that conversation, if all goes well, which I expect it will, then we'll get that order in. And when that happens, those shares that are available for sale, we still have over 200 shares available if people want them for the Fun Miracles. They are available at $100. Once that order is placed, I will immediately increase the price for the shares to $150. It'll take a while before we have the platform available, but there will be different phases going through. And at the completion of each phase, the satisfactory completion of each phase, we will increase the value of the shares even further. And by the time we start running and we start making money from that, those shares are going to be valuable. The money that we make, or the shareholders make, initially won't be very large because it'll take us a while to build up our audience. But as that audience builds and as we obtain a share of the market, the income from those shares will mean that they will be highly sought after. And they won't be sold cheap at that point in time. You know, if you've got something that's making you thousands of dollars a month totally passively, you won't be selling it for $100, will you? let's suppose it's only £1,000 a month passively. In 3 years, that's $36,000 if it never goes up. And once it starts, it's going to go up, believe me. And I would say that $30,000 at that point would be a very reasonable price to pay for those shares. As it goes up beyond that, of course, the price will be more and more. And those shares, each share, I believe, in the not too distant future, will make all the holders millionaires, and those who have got more than one share, multi-millionaires, and possibly even at some point billionaires, because the income is just going to keep coming in, keep coming in, keep coming in. And of course, not only generating income for the shareholders, it's giving members that want to play these games an opportunity to win large sums of cash. And it will be pouring, literally pouring, lots of funds into our liquidity pools for the tokens, which can only benefit all members, We Share Abundance, and of course our charity pool. We have a lot of tokens in that charity pool now, and it'll be wonderful when we can start redeeming those. And initially, probably, first thing that we will do is find some orphans that we can take to some theme parks and things like that. Fairly low cost, but highly rewarding for ourselves and hopefully for the children as well. Okay, and there's lots more that we intend to do with those funds as well, but that will be one of our first objectives. Okie dokie, so that is that is my updates on that, on those two things, which are both imminent. Devyani, we've been clearing up a lot of things in the back office, tidying things up and getting things sorted out. And we did find a couple of payments that people have made using the card option. And despite the instructions being make sure you use the same email as you registered in We Share Abundance, they haven't. They've used a different email, so those payments haven't been reflected. But we did find those who they are, and we've processed those payments now. The system that we have for picking those up has also been upgraded so that it'll be much easier for us to spot those if we get one coming in. We know that people don't always read the instructions. I'm perhaps an exception. I don't, people get a pack of bits of wood from IKEA to make a table or something, and they just get at it, and after a while they say, oh, where's the instructions? Because they couldn't put it together. I like written instructions. I like find this part that looks like this and put it into this part that looks like this. You don't tend to get those, unfortunately. It's all just diagrams, and I'm not as good visually as I am with the written word, but I do tend to look at the instructions. I tend to go through the instructions first. Probably didn't in the past, but I've learned my lesson over the years. So I always look at the instructions first, and then I say, okay, and let's go through it now. Have we got all the bits? And then, but it happens, but we do find ways of allocating those payments if people don't read the instructions and use a different email. But now we have something that will alert us if something like that happens, so the member won't be waiting too long. Shouldn't be more than 24 hours and probably a lot less. Okay, so we didn't get on to now payments. We have discussed a few other things as well. We've been through a few things in greater detail, the things we're planning for the future. And now payments we will be on Monday, because we've tidied up an awful lot of loose ends in the past couple of days. And I'm hoping that now payments won't take very long to process and get in. I don't think it will. Okay, so that is where we are with development. That is where we are with those things. I am now working. This is why I was 5 minutes late. I apologize. I just get so absorbed in things. I am in the process of making a video to promote Beyond Infinity Car Plan, because it is very unique and it is highly beneficial. In fact, we've got in, let's still show, let me see. We've got in our second account, we've got $205.75 in the wallet in our secondary account now. In the past, I would have just stuck that in to the BIG plan, which moves it closer to paying out. The more you put in, the sooner you get paid out. But with the car plan, it's a little bit short. It's, what did I say? It was 205. We need 250 from there to be able to put into the car plan. Why would I do it that way rather than just put it in? Well, if I put 250 into the car plan, we're going to get a car in a year's time, a $25,000 car. We've already got a car ordered. We certainly don't want two of them, and we might not want any of them. So they will either be sold or whatever. But there is a possibility that we'll use one. Maybe in a year's time, we'll be in a position where we can say, okay, we've got a car here. We'll run a competition to win the car. You know, you never know what we're going to do in the future. We have a lot of big things planned, and the future is looking very, very bright. And I'm not looking there through rose-tinted spectacles. I am somebody that deals very much in reality. I have dreams, and sometimes I don't know how I'm going to accomplish those dreams, but I write them down, and gradually they form a pattern of how we get to accomplishing those dreams, and they always work in the end. It just takes a while sometimes, because you've got to be ready for those dreams to take place. You've got to be worthy of them. You've got to be in the position as if they were already achieved before they happen. And sometimes it takes you a while to get into that state, but they always happen. And as I get a new dream, it's written down. I write every dream I have every morning. It's there, boom, it's written. I have a list of them. I write them out 3 times every morning, and they gradually become clearer and clearer in how they will be achieved and what they will be done for, and then this sort of thing. Anyway, so as I say, this planet is very unique. So rather than, you know, just put that 208 in to reduce the time span a bit, what we will do is we'll piff a couple of people in. That will take us over the $250 level. We'll put 250 into a car plan. 200 of that will go into the into the BIG plan anyway, and it's over 10,000% return on your money using the car plan in 12 months. If you don't use the car plan, the return on your money is very, very good. It's something like it's about 3 to 4 times the return, depending on what level you're at in the compensation plan, because it can range from 3% a week up to 5% a week. So, but there's a big difference between 300 to 400% and 10,000%, which you get through the car plan. And I wonder, in the video, explain that and where the money comes from and how it's possible, because I don't think there is anything else out there where you can get that sort of benefit. And even these Ponzi plans wouldn't dream of going out there with that sort of claim, because there isn't an investment out there that could guarantee that sort of interest rate. Doesn't matter how good you are at trading Forex and how big your leverage might be, to get 10,000% in a year is unheard of. And that is why people need to understand why Beyond Infinity exists, why it was started, and how the numbers are achieved. And so that's what I've been working on, and I'm getting I've got the slides all done with the wording, but I'm adding pictures in various places, so I have to search for pictures and images and things to make it a bit more colourful as we go through. And then I'll be recording it tomorrow, and it will be available, and it will be downloadable. You'll be able to use it yourself. And we can even put it up as a page in We Share Abundance with a note that instead of saying, you can join from the button below, we'll say join We Share Abundance from the button below, and then find your sponsor in the multiple income streams, and we can show them where that is. So we can even do that, because it is totally unique, and it will help an awful lot of people. Okay, where are we? Do the shares cover just the trivia game with new shares for each game, or do the shares cover all games? The shares will cover all games, Richard. It's for the whole idea, the whole Fun Miracles Limited process. And as we add more games in, it would just mean that there will be more options for people. Some people maybe don't like that game, but they like this one, so we'll get more people in that way. So yeah, there won't be shares for each game. It will be all the games, everything we do with that site, with that company, will benefit the shareholders. Okay, let me get to Lewis, because he wanted to share something with you. So we'll do it this way. We'll put it up there. He says, I would like to share information that I got from Inertix after trying to withdraw. Says withdrawal of bonus funds is not possible to receive passive income. Top up your account balance and create a deposit. With the profit from the bonus, you can buy any tokens for further withdrawal on crypto exchanges. Okay, so that's the information that he's sharing with you, and that is available if you go into Inertex and you click on withdraw. You'll get those messages popping up, and I am not sure whether you will ever be able to withdraw. But if you are, it looks like the only way will be through converting their INI tokens into other tokens, which if you try and do currently, a little message pops up saying coming soon. They have, if I can find their site quickly, yeah, they have a pre-ICO. That's an initial coin offering, and this is common. People start a new site, they have their own coins, and then they say you can buy these now at 1 cent for a month, and then for next month they're going to 2 cents, and so on. And so they have these pre-coin offerings, and then they say, okay, at the end of these offerings, and they've got 5 of them. They're on stage 3 of 5 now. At the end of the offerings, they then are supposed to put them out for general sale on the exchange, and the exchange will sometimes help with that coin offering when it becomes an initial exchange offer rather than an initial coin offer. It doesn't really make any difference how they do it, but sometimes these offers are taken up and people buy a lot of coins at the price there, which they may set at 50 cents or whatever. I think they've got them set at 55 cents is what they're aiming to get to. I don't know what they're offering to sell them at the moment. I don't want to buy any. We've already got 3,886 in and $4,000 in cash, which I think we're going to have to buy any with if we want to get that money out. But I'm not bothered about doing anything until there is some way of getting your cash out. When we started with the program, they were paying automatically into the withdrawal account on a daily basis. I was getting paid on a daily basis, and we had, can't much remember now, but a few $100s definitely came out in that way, and then all of a sudden, boom, it stopped. We'll have to wait and see. Sometimes these initial coin offerings go zoom and then down, boom, because that's what they always intended to do, and that's called pumping and dumping. They pump the price up, so they say, okay, we're offering them at 55, but if you know, they release them at higher and higher prices, the price goes up and people are buying them, and they're seeing the price going up and they're buying more, and they get into a buying frenzy, and then they dump out all their tokens and the price drops down to 0, and they've come away with thousands, millions, billions of dollars, and everybody has lost money. So it's something we're going to have to watch out for and see how it happens. But that is the position with them at the moment. I can't recommend that you put cash into that, but you can work your way through. And I know Deborah's been doing that, and she's already sort of working her way through with the free tokens, and she's reinvested, and she's patiently plodding along, and hopefully they will do the honourable thing, and there will be withdrawals available in the not too distant future. Sometimes when they start allowing withdrawals as well, they put a cap on them, which I don't know whether you've ever, if you've been around and you've been looking at what's available, you will probably seen a YEM, Y-E-M. I've never been involved in it, but I have been told by somebody that's been in it for a long time that they are now allowing withdrawals of YEM, but they are a small percentage of what you hold, because they can't afford to put the lot out on the market because there isn't sufficient liquidity for that to support it, and they would just drop down in value. And that is exactly the position we're in with the With Abundance tokens at the moment. And that's why we have to fill the liquidity pools so that we can say, okay, we've got this amount of liquidity available for our tokens. We can allow this much out onto the marketplace because we can support it if we don't have buyers. And as we get buyers, as we get into getting buyers, people are watching all the time. There are bots and things that watch for the movement of all tokens and shares and coins and things out there. And if they start seeing positive movements, the people that have, they say, oh, well, let's have a look at this one. What's going on? Oh, it's at this much, and it's selling. You know, you can sell it quickly, and yeah, I'll have some of those, and it pushes the price up. It starts to spiral upwards, provided you can maintain that liquidity. And that's why we've got to be careful with what we allow out there, because these speculators will only be able to buy from our members. Those are the only people that have our tokens. There might be an odd one or two that are out there, but I doubt there are any. But if there are, it's a tiny, 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 minuscule percentage. Everybody, when we start selling those tokens and people want to buy them, these speculators want to buy them, where will they get them? The only place they'll be able to get them is from you. And you'll be able to charge whatever you want for them. And the more you charge, the more the price will go up and the more people will want them, and we'll have that upward spiral going. Okay, who else have we got? We've got Akpomade in from Nigeria, and we've got Andrew in from Saturday Morning in New Zealand. Reminds me of a film, Saturday Night and Sunday Morning. One of the, what were they called, kitchen sink drama type things. They were made about working class Britain in probably just after the war, post-war times, 40s, 50s, that sort of thing. Oh no, I got an old me saying good morning Saturday morning, wasn't it? Saturday night and Sunday morning. Yeah, I can't remember what the film was about actually, but it was like one of those kitchen sink things. Was it Albert Finney, I think, was in it? Norman will know if he's in here. Is he in? Did we have Norman Firth in? He's never here when we've got a query. he's not in, I don't think. Okay. So that pretty much covers our updates. That is where we are. But that video I will have available for you tomorrow. It will go out as an email. It will go out as a message in your inbox. And it won't be on the website tomorrow, I don't think, because I'll have to get it up onto my site first. And then it'll be downloadable from there. And then I'll have to modify the video for the WeShare Abundance site slightly. But it should be there by the end of the weekend, I would think. Okay. All right, with that said and done, that is all said and done. I still have emails coming in from those tokens I mentioned the other day, Elephant. Sounds like elephant, doesn't it? Alert Fund. Not the thing with the big trunk. We have a lot of those tokens. If anybody knows how we can cash them in, if it is really working, because I keep getting these messages from Elephant saying that you can cash in this many or exchange them or whatever. But I've not had the time to dig into it and look. But if they are worth anything, that's fine. We've got them there. And once we do know how to exchange them, then we'll be able to do that. Where will the funds go? Liquidity pool. Okay. We had at one time in that 5 billion sales thing over $300,000 worth of commissions showing. I imagine that a lot of those were fake because if we look at that site now, whether it ever actually will pay out anything, who knows? But the commissions on our personal referrals are now down to 14,780, which would be very nice if we ever get it. But the big one, which was over $250,000, which was in override through 15 levels, is now down to $3,906. So they've weeded out a lot of people there, or a lot of people have got fed up of waiting and packed in. I don't know whether it will ever pay out anything. I certainly wouldn't recommend that you ever paid anything into it. We haven't, and I don't recommend that you do. My KYC is still shown as pending after about 3 months. It was approved initially, and then they sent a message out saying we're redoing them all. And it's been pending ever since, a long time ago. Well, you never know. It may come good or it may not. I do have some numbers for you, he said. I nearly forgot them, but they're pretty much the same as yesterday, really. A little bit up. We have a net increase of 6 in our registered members to 38,946. Once again, I want to get the liquidity pools filled before we see a big surge, and I'm afraid we're going to get a big surge before we get the liquidity pools filled. But the surge will help the pools, you know. It's swings and roundabouts. We'll have to see how it goes. But a net increase of 6 in the registered members, and an increase of 4 again in our active members. These are people that have joined and have done their KYC, and where are we? The 12, yeah. And that is up to 3,609, and they're logging in on a regular basis, usually daily. Multiply Weezer site, no change in the membership base or the number of members that have bought advertising, but the revenue share has upped us by another $1 in the bonus pool. $10,146.12 is the bonus pool now for, I was going to say Beyond Infinity, I've got it on my mind, for Multiply Weezer. Okay, that pretty much covers everything. Have a good weekend, folks. Andrew's already started his Saturday. For a lot of us, it's Friday night. I don't know whether you go out and rave it up, you know, on a Friday night, which was always a lad's night out when I was in my youth, a long time ago. All the lads got together Friday night and we'd go out and create havoc everywhere, in the nicest possible way. But I don't know, whatever you do on your Friday night, go out and enjoy it. That's it. Unless we've got anything else in the just looking. Lewis is saying, I put money there. I'm not sure where you put your money, Lewis, but don't put any more. Okay, and unless it's in things that are going well. Vortic, yeah, get your money into Vortic. That is very solid, especially with their new compounding plan. I don't think they really know how it's all going to work at this stage, because they're talking about it'll have to extend the life of the plan. because of the 80% rule and things like this. We'll have to wait and see how it all works out. But what it does mean is you can get your reinvestment done a lot quicker than you used to be able to in the past, and a lot easier. And you can also add to an existing fund, and you can build funds up now. You can start with the plan A, and when you build it up to, what is it, 2,500, I think, you can contact support and ask them to transfer it into a plan B so that you get the higher rate of interest. And once you get up to $10,000, you can do the same again and ask them to transfer it up to plan C, where you're getting 1.2%. And once you get to that point, you've got 10,000, at least 10,000 in at 1.2%. You can retire on over 5,000 a month, and it'll go up every month. It'll go up every week, actually, but certainly every month, within 34 weeks. 10,000 in, 34 weeks time, you can be drawing a minimum of 5,000 a month out, and it will increase drastically over the following months. And that's it. Most people can retire comfortably on $5,000 a month. If you can't, it won't be long before that gets to $10,000 a month. Nearly everybody can retire comfortably on $10,000 a month. And if you can't, it won't be very long before it's $20,000 a month. And if you can't retire comfortably on that, I pity you. Okay. God bless you all. Yep, it'll be payday for Vortic United tomorrow. And you'll be able to do your, what do you call it? Your compounding. Okay. Or you're withdrawing. If you need to withdraw some of your funds there, you get your withdrawal in as well. Okay, God bless you all. That's it from me for today. It's been a good week. I lost a day, which cost me more time than actually a day, I suppose, in roundabout terms. But we seem to have got quite a lot done, even though it's been a bit haphazard. And hopefully next week we'll get even more done. We'll have some of those plans actually in place and working, various things, and we'll have to see. There won't be a lot happening over the weekend other than me getting those videos done and up on different places. But apart from that, God bless you. I love you all. Have a good weekend. And I'll see you same time, same place tomorrow, 7 p.m. London time, on YouTube, Twitch, in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance Publicly. Until then, be WISA warriors. Get out there, share some love and abundance. Give away some of those coupons, those Success on the Plate coupons. They will help the people that you give them to, but don't just give them to them and leave them. Get with them, explain why they'll get coupons and that they can make money just giving away those free coupons. You will find great happiness in doing that. They'll make money, you'll make money, you'll build your network, you'll be improving the whole structure of our community, and it won't cost you anything out of your pocket, just a little bit of time and care and love. Until tomorrow, I'll feed the saying, go that extra mile. And I'll see you later, alligator, in a wild crocodile. See you later, alligator, always wear a smile. See you later, alligator, go the extra mile.